For this week's interview, we're sitting down with another very special guest. He had 23 carries for 194 yards and 3 touchdowns against Otterbein this past Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our interview guest for the week, senior running back Demerius Goodwin. Demerius, how's it going today?
Oh, it's going great. I'm very excited to be here.
Awesome. So we're just going to start off asking a little bit about your high school days. You were able to play at Glenville, under legendary head coach Ted Ginn Sr., and it's also where quite a few professional players have gotten their high school careers in as well. So how did your Glenville career help get you to where you are right now?
Oh, it was very intense. My Glenville career required a lot of practicing and a lot of intense practicing, so it just helped me become able to handle any situation that I'm in now.
Very good. And then now kind of transitioning to the college phase. For those of you who may not know, Demerius did actually get his start at a Division I school in Morgan State, and he ended up making the transfer here in time for the spring 2021 season. What was that, experience like getting started at Morgan State?
The experience was actually great. I learned a lot to deal with a lot of issues, a lot of adult issues. They actually molded me to be a better man. Had to persevere through a lot of injuries, and, I just wanted to enjoy football. So
you feel that it helped definitely to prepare you for where you're at now at JCU?
Absolutely.
Well, that's very good to hear. So now kind of going into your John Carroll career so far, what ended up making you decide to come here and be a part of that Blue Streak Brotherhood?
Well, what made me be a part of this Blue Streak Brotherhood was, one, the actual graduate program. I did my research and I found out it was a great program. And also, when I was in the summer, when I was in the transfer portal, I was working out with a lot of my teammates now. And, I really grew to like them because they was very, nice and, like men of Carroll, and I wanted to be a part of that.
So did you know some of your teammates? Was it from high school, or just you all worked out at the same gym, or how did that work?
So I knew a couple from high school, but the ones that really influenced me was the ones that was at the same gym as me. And then T-Rob too. I've been training with him since I was I want to say 10 years old. So I wanted to still be around him as well.
Oh, so was that at his
facility, yeah.
Speed strength?
Yeah.
Speed strength. Yeah. No, I actually went there as well when I was younger. It's a very great place, great conditioning and strength program. That's strength and conditioning coach Tim Robertson runs that, so that's a very nice place to get some training and reps in as well. Demerius Goodwin is our guest. So now, in spring of 2021, that was your first season here at John Carroll. Just how unique of a season was that, given all the circumstances and being in the midst of a global pandemic?
It was great, honestly. I didn't think I was going to end up playing football anymore. It was a lot of doubt going on, and just being able to step out on the field again was just awesome. It was just so awesome just being able to be on the field again.
Absolutely. I can only imagine how that felt. Just thinking about what Ross said about that last week, he just said that, that's been his favorite memory at John Carroll so far, just that atmosphere being back on the field finally, that first game against BW. Mm-hmm. That kind of great experience for you as well?
Yeah, it was exactly the same thing. It was just so great. I never, I haven't really started a football game before, and it was my first time, and it was just so electric.
That's very cool. And then we've already kind of talked about chemistry with teammates. You said you have a good vibe with them. So being in the running back room, you have other backs like Matthew Buser, Evan McVeigh. What's it like splitting carries with other running backs, and is there a good chemistry in that running back room at the moment?
It's a great chemistry. I think we all motivate each other to do better. If I go in and do something spectacular, I'm looking at Buser and we're saying, it's your turn now. Or if McVeigh's going in, we tell him it was your turn to actually go out there and do something great. So we kind of motivate each other to do better.
Well, that's very cool. And kind of looking at running backs you may have watched growing up. Are there any professional backs that you try to model your game after, if any, and who might they be?
That's a good question. I grew up liking Reggie Bush a lot, and this, for some reason, I don't know why. I just like Reggie Bush. There's nothing spectacular about it or anything. It's just Reggie Bush was just so cool to me.
Human highlight reel for
Yeah,
sure.
human highlight reel for sure.
Yeah. And he also was a factor in the return game, and believe you've been doing some kickoff return reps as well. Is that correct?
Correct. I've been trying to get on there. I'm just waiting for the coaches to give me the green light.
There you go. And now just fast forwarding to this week at the moment, facing that purple team, as I'm sure you've heard them be called. How's the preparation been going, with a tough test in the 4th-ranked team in the country coming up this Saturday?
I feel like we're working on our fundamental techniques, just to have a nice game to make sure everything is going in our direction.
So do you think that you guys are starting to get a plan in place where, hopefully that ground game can keep the positive momentum going like they did this past week?
Yeah, I think we're taking the right steps in order to, to make this a great game. So,
and building on that great game on Saturday, so you did have a career day. Congrats once again. You had 194 yards and 3 touchdowns. How do you think that offense can build on its success that it had last week?
I think our offense can build on our success by just working on our technique, making sure our technique is better than it was last year to make a huge impact and improvement for the next game that we're going to play.
And one last question regarding your John Carroll experience with the football team so far. What's your favorite memory as a Blue Streak so far? I know it's been a bit of a brief career, but if you had a favorite memory at the moment, what do you think it would be?
Favorite memory at the moment, what would it be so far? I would say it would be the first practice that we ever had on the football field. It was cold. My feet was hurting. My mouthpiece was freezing when I pulled it out of my mouth. And, I just liked the way the team went about handling their business. Nobody was late to practice. Everybody was serious and locked in. That might be my favorite memory.
And I'm sure that had to help prepare you guys for the Cleveland elements. The weather's so unpredictable around here. And, you're usually getting that first practice in I want to say probably like March or April-ish maybe. But, you guys are practicing in like December in the freezing cold. That was no easy task, was it?
It was not easy at all, especially coming from Baltimore, Maryland, when it was kind of hot all year round or warmer. I wasn't used to it because I wasn't living here for 3 years.
So, very good. So now we're gonna kind of transition off the field a little bit. So at the moment, do you have any plans in mind for what you're looking to do after you graduate from JCU?
I'm actually working on that now. I'm really not sure on what I want to do. I would think I want to get into management and try to run a business or something like that. But I know that I'm confident that once I graduate, I will figure out what I want to do and everything will fall in line.
And this is definitely a great place to be, looking for whatever it is you'd like to do post-graduation for sure. Running back Demerius Goodwin is our guest here on the John Carroll Football Preview Show. What do you enjoy doing when you're not on the football field?
When I'm not on the football field, I enjoy just being around my family. It's always good to talk and, talk about your problems or, just have a good time with family. So I feel like, that helps me stay level-headed, especially with all this graduate degree or graduate program work that I got to do and, the intense football practices that I have to go through too as well.
And is there also that good chemistry with your teammates off the field as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I always make time to see them at least twice a week.
Well, it definitely has to help with how you guys play on the field as well, because it's not just on the field that matters. It's really off the field as well, getting to know your teammates. And really, like Coach says, it's all about establishing the brotherhood, right?
Exactly.
All right. So now we're going to kind of get into our last segment here, and do want to thank you again for taking the time to be with us this week. It's going to be a little bit of rapid fire. Now, by no means are you going to be timed. It's just going to be, multiple questions kind of quickly. So you just try to think of a response as quick as you can. We're going to let the Carroll faithful get to know you a little bit better. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Awesome. All right. First, what's your favorite food?
Favorite food has to be pizza.
Not too much hesitation right there. How about your favorite show?
Favorite show? It's an old show, cartoon on Cartoon Network, Ed, Edd n Eddy. My favorite show.
Heard of that one before. Awesome. How about your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? That's a good question. I would have to say the 300 Spartans.
It's definitely got to fire you up before a game, right? If you choose to watch it before a game. How about favorite musician?
Favorite musician? I will have to say it's a rap artist named G Herbo. Listen to him every morning when I wake up.
Awesome. Favorite book?
Favorite book? I just read this, but I don't know the name of it. I read it this summer, forgot about it. But if it comes back to me, I'll let you know.
Yeah, all right. No worries. How about your favorite current professional player?
My favorite current professional NFL player will have to be Nick Chubb. I'm a big Browns fan, and watching him run the football is just exciting.
And do have to say, definitely a different style, I guess you'd say, from like a Reggie Bush, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you could combine those two together, that's like a super back, right?
Yeah.
How about your favorite all-time professional player?
Favorite all-time professional player would have to be Barry Sanders. I love how quick and his agility is just amazing.
So that's kind of another similar type to like a Reggie Bush type of back. And we did certainly see you did have plenty of good moves on display this past Saturday, and we hope that that is able to continue. One last one. What's one word you'd use to describe how you play your game?
One word that I would use to describe how I play my game is unique. I feel like I can move in a way where a lot of people can't sometimes.
Well, awesome. That's going to just about do it for our Week 3 interview. I do want to thank you once again for taking the time to be with us, and best of luck on Saturday.
All right, thank you. Really enjoyed being here today.